Last time. That's right. Kyron had a great idea to go and kill this porcupine cat that looks like my cat. It's a perfect image of my cat. Because his older brother, who is a slave to him for 100 years, was out fighting in I don't remember what that forest is called.
The Cabriar.
The Cabriar, and came back looking like a I don't know what a needle pillow.
Pincushion.
A pincushion. He came back looking like a pincushion. And we agreed, well, if someone can take down Jeraphon, his older brother, a black dragon, maybe there's something we should look into. Also, apparently that porcupine cat stole something from Azorius.
It's a long, long story.
I'm feeling kind of sorry for the people who are just watching us for the first time.
You know, I find it weird that a porcupine cat can steal something from anyone, but sure.
It's a porcupine cat that's immune to magic.
Things are very convoluted when the porcupine cat god steals something from the guy whose older brother is a black dragon.
And it was a huge... Wasn't it huge?
It was enormous.
A huge porcupine cat. That was immune to dragon. Not immune to dragon. Immune to magic and dragons.
Immune to dragons is a different story.
And it had so many attacks, and it was such a pain in the butt, literally. Because it had all these things. I don't remember. What are they called?
Quills.
Quills of death. But we succeeded by taking over its... mud hole that Jeraphon apparently really wanted. Everyone wants a mud hole. Like Yoda. And Azorius thought it would be a great place to put up a giant black obelisk. So
you guys said I couldn't move the body, so...
I didn't say anything. It's everyone who's so... it would be great if we just left it here, you know? And then suddenly a black obelisk out of nowhere, and it just kept growing, and we didn't really know what was going on. And the Jeraphon was like, "Can we turn it into a dragon that looks like me?" And we agreed, sure, why not? And before that, we had a talk with our council that one of them may be dominated by a vampire, but who knows? But apparently he wasn't, or maybe. Well. We don't know what happened, but something happened to the poor Richter in our council. And when we came back, Zacharias wanted to talk to Marcus about secret stuff because Team Dead apparently feels a little weakened. And Cash took Azorius to a noble masquerade party with Richter. And I don't remember what. It was a good party. The best. I don't know, remember. Oh, yeah. Marcus stayed. No, not Marcus. Kyron stayed back with Jeraphon at the mud hole. With the huge porcupine cat. And the black obelisk. I don't even know what I just told you all. So weird. But that is what happened. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't be quiet. I feel like I just made it all up, that I've been high or something. It's like, my god, Tina's been high again.
It did sound like a story a high person would
so there was this big porcupine cat?
But it was basically what happened.
It was huge, dude. Oh my god. Look at that cat. You know, it was my cat staring at me. I was like, oh my god, she has quills. Oh look, she's huge.
For those people who have never watched us before, yes. After 2 years, things are a bit convoluted.
Mm-hmm.
Go and watch the the 5 playlists.
Oh.
Of
Yeah,
like
and
500
Patch
videos
went
or
to the
something.
groups and there's tridents in the ocean, and there's also a kraken. That sucks. And then
Yeah.
when I eat on that it does suck.
It does suck.
It does. What the hell? What the frack? No kraken is allowed here.
Unless we control it.
Well, there is a no kraken sign at the harbor. Apparently didn't see it.
No.
No. Stupid kraken.
Stupid kraken. Oh, goodness
I'm gonna
gracious.
take a picture of that now.
Yeah,
No kraken sign.
you probably should.
They're normally yellow, right? With a black crossover.
Sure. Like an angry cash pointing at it and then looking at the kraken.
No kraken, idiot.
So yeah, we are in the 14th month, or are we in the 15th?
Let me take a look at our nicely done
We're
document.
entering the 13th.
Yeah, 13th.
We're on the 13th, okay.
Yes.
Which we decided to move Mercs to Borderlands.
But
Apparently.
Before we do the council stuff, I would like to propose that we do a short party meeting.
Sure.
That would have probably taken place like 2 months ago in game time after Kylan gets back from his forest expedition.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do that.
Sure.
Or you could just not be interested in anything that happened.
No, I'm certainly interested.
That's what I thought. He'd probably invite you to like our council room or somewhere where we can conveniently meet.
Well, what about his place? I don't remember.
So I believe also that the army has already been sent and settled.
Yes.
You named Raiju, the Duke of Borderlands, right?
Yeah.
That's right, we did.
Best person to choose.
Yes. So technically, he's the Duke of Marcus.
Yeah, I'd like to see him pull rank on him.
I think Raiju is pretty smart.
Rahal might secede at this point.
Oh, it's gonna be a nation within a nation. Gonna do a little city-state.
Shall I tell
Autonomous states are all the rage right now.
Yeah.
Shall I tell you about the lovely situation of the City of London within the City of Westminster?
What?
How about Kyron tells us of the lovely situation in the Carbriar?
I'd rather that.
What the hell?
Sure. Could you make the other tokens leave? Private meeting.
By the way, Manakai,
Sorry.
Get out. Unless the council chamber, we're in the Adarium now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We should have redecorated or something.
Yeah.
Like have a nice new floor or something. I don't know. But unless the council chamber is warded, Zacharias will cast Mage's Private Sanctum before every meeting in here.
Remind me what it does.
It blocks all divination magics to enter a place. Anything short of a direct divine intervention, or if someone walks up and physically dispels it. It prevents all Also, you can't stand outside and peek in. There's a grey mass in there. You can't see or hear anything. It basically wards a room from each.
So the only two things that it's weak to is a powerful spellcaster or a god. Good thing that those two are literally the only things we fear right now.
A powerful spellcaster that is literally outside of the room can dispel the effect, yes. Or if you are a god, you can use divine intervention to pierce through the wards, yes.
As a god, I lift the ceiling off that room.
Sure.
Hello.
There we go. Stone floor. Look at this.
Oh, this is...
It looks kind of rough in here, doesn't it?
I demand a potted plant.
Why do we have cobblestone, like a cobblestone street inside our...
This was what was in the Adarium.
Okay.
You just can't satisfy.
It's to remind us of our roots in Brandiska.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't you remember?
That's a deep.
It's like this fake cobblestone that looks like cobblestone, but it's actually super smooth floor.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's all the rage right now.
Are you happy with the room right now? So we can actually do things.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Jonas.
Yeah, kind of invited you here. This would probably be the first time you saw him after his small expedition into the forest a couple of weeks later even. Took a while. And as you all arrive, he's kind of looking into the corner, just back to you for no apparent reason. And as he sees that you have all arrived, he would do his usual, his swift, almost sudden transformation, as a rather different face looks at you, sitting on the floor. The expression on his face, as usual, quite unreadable, but definitely not happy, as he looks at you and says, "Who would have guessed that my brother would be the first one to rule a kingdom? I suppose that's not the entire truth, as I'm controlling him, yet it does irk me."
Oh,
God,
gosh.
question marks.
The Riddler, he has struck. Oh gosh. What the? Yeah.
That looks better.
What?
Oh, the solid gold
I wanted
floor.
a new floor.
We love
You know,
gold.
we spent a decent amount of money. All of that money went into this one room.
I guess all the money went into the floor, yeah.
Mallory will faint.
He designed this.
Oh, okay.
I bet he did.
It's actually lead, but he sold it as gold.
Oh, damn it.
It's got that gold leaf on the top.
It sure does.
Regardless, Telemonus looks at you, kind of not really saying too much after that.
So, I take it then that with this, the Carbriar is open to the rest of the denizens of the kingdom, yes?
In a way, yes. Its inhabitants have been encouraged to collect certain ingredients and other things that might be interesting for the people of Telengard in return for currency that the Irenaeans themselves do not need, but, well, as it turns out, Jerfon does like it very much. And since whatever he owns, I own, why, I do like the agreement.
Zacharias snorts. Yes, I can see why you would. Well, no big complaints for me, at least. There are several people in the academy that very much would appreciate getting access to the Carbriar.
Someone just pauses, somewhat hesitant almost. Also, I am aware that I would not have been able to do this by myself.
Zacharias cocks his head to the side.
That is all I'm going to say.
There we go, that's the throne. That's what we want. That's the throne Zacharias has in his lab. Zacharias will, look at him, so smile to himself under the disguise of being human. The humility from you, Telemundus. I am almost speechless.
He scoffs a bit. It was hardly meant as such. I was merely stating facts as much as they irritate me. But my current state will, of course, change rather soon, you'll see.
Oh, really?
Perhaps not soon in human years, of course. Perhaps it might take some time, but progress has been made at least. At last. Regardless, the Carbriar has not been defanged, but it has certainly been, well, it has gotten ownership from now on. I would hardly call it an ally of Telengard, but certainly in dire times, why, you can talk to me, and I'll talk to my dear brother. That should be a good agreement, yes?
That's fair enough. As I said, most things that would be interested in that place would be the rare ingredients and other resources the place can produce. It's also a decent place to maybe hunt for beasts or even food if if the harvest goes wrong. The more we open up that place to the people of Telengard, the better.
I assume we still need to beware of straight arrows.
Well, it depends on where you travel and who you are, I suppose. It should be safer to travel now, at least, as the Irananes have been informed that, well, they are certainly more willing to deal with the Telengardians at this point, although hostilities still remain, of course. As I've said, the Cabraya is hardly suddenly more, well, friendly than it was before. It is simply under new ownership.
Very well.
If there are no further questions, then I will consider this meeting over with. He seems almost awkward as he says all these things. Humility is certainly not something that he, well, deals with often, especially if it's himself trying to seem almost obedient.
Certainly a rare sight.
I think Zacharias is enjoying it.
Yes, he is. He's enjoying this immensely.
This is probably the closest thing to a thank you you are ever going to get.
I'm savoring it.
Oh.
Well, you do notice also that Zacharias has a huge pile of papers with him.
Yay!
Yeah.
Brought some heavy reading.
You know, he will turn to the papers, look at them and sort of like filing through them. I have been spending a lot of my time doing some research. With the academy built, my ability to do so has increased quite a bit. I have here, he sort of taps the pile, suggested projects. Someone just crawls up into the throne.
Special projects. Well, this is not going to end well, is it?
On the contrary, Sirius, this is gonna end fantastically. He starts sifting through them. Well, I guess I could give you a quick overview. Looks to the others, if they're interested.
Sure.
Well, with this fantastic enthusiasm, I shall proceed. First of all, I have been looking into. Well, we had a Triton problem. I was told, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hunting those little critters is sure to be rather annoying, to say the least. But I looked into the option of raising a special ship that could carry us on such a hunt. You do remember all the shipwrecks outside of Dragon Isle, of course.
Of course. They're occasionally blocked the view of a nice dive.
Well, one of these ships, with the proper rituals, incantations and preparations and materials, I can raise one of these ships as an undead ghost ship, more or less. Yeah, we don't have that much money.
Chair.
We don't really have that much money, honestly.
It's all in those fake coins.
It's all fake coins. Yes, well, if we are interested in raising an undead pirate ship under the captainage of a drogue, it can certainly be done. The cost is quite steep, but we would have a ship that would not sink, would more or less repair itself, and that the Tritons would be very hard pressed to get rid of. We can send it out to combat the threat, or we can even sail on it ourselves. The price for this magnificent vessel would be 82,000 gold pieces.
If someone was to, let's say, attack the ship somehow, and we lost a few of your undead minions, how difficult would it be to get them back?
He shrugs. Not at all. The captain of the ship would be more or less autonomous. He can raise them.
So as long as the captain wasn't dead, the ship more or less would be self-stable?
Yes. As long as the ritual is being undisturbed, the ship will even resurrect, I believe, if destroyed.
So this ritual is not going to need chanting for 111 days, is it?
Zacharias 11? No, not at all. The ritual is complex enough, but I would need a few days at most to set it up properly. It would probably be set up in, he sort of looks over to Telemundus, on Dragon Isle, probably close to the water. Perhaps inside the cave even, to protect it from disturbances.
Telemundus frowns at that. And here I was wondering when you'd finally move out.
But I feel so at home.
Yeah, he may not leave that place for a while.
You know, he looks at Telemundus. I am working on a solution, but again, it takes resources.
You got rid of two of us. Looks to Mark and then to himself. We have other places to roost now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hardly in a position to kick you out, yet it does seem appropriate that my former enemy's lair would be my own, yes? No matter, you can stay, I suppose.
How very generous.
He's your guest of honor, is he?
Did pay a hell of a lot of money for that place anyway.
Sure did. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
It's my summer home. Well, that is one of the projects. He moves that like pile of notes to the side. Then I have this one. Well, you don't need to look at this, he will say, and move another pile to the side. And then he will take up a third one and say, this is rather interesting. With the artifice wing constructed to the academy and some of the now it is possible to realize some of the more esoteric drawings and blueprints of the Dragon Library. With this, he sort of taps you see like a huge pile of notes. I believe we can construct clockwork soldiers. We can even construct a clockwork dragon.
Someone scoffs at that.
I wonder how it would compare to the real thing.
Oh, it is quite lethal, I assure you.
It wouldn't.
Zacharias looks over. It would be made of sturdy steel, metal, copper, and rare materials, of course. It would be able to breathe fire and acid and all manner of strange fluids. You know, he sort of sifts through it. It would be quite armed and armored. A very effective terror weapon. Quite pricey, but the effectiveness of it would be something to behold indeed. The price for constructing this thing, the dragon, would be 162,500 gold pieces. That is almost half a cathedral, I believe.
Just over. Have you got anything else on your looks light reading?
Yes, I have one more thing. I have been talking to Tiberius, and we have been discussing this opportunity at length. Talengard is isolated, and we have been discussing how to open up trade. The UTAC and the mainland are the two prime candidates. However, Talengard does not have a fleet, and with the current Triton and Kraken problems, sailing seems difficult. Looking over to Cash if she has anything else on that particular front.
I already gave you everything I know about that.
Alright. But this would perhaps eliminate all these problems. I present to you, my dear friends, the Trade Gate project. He slides down a couple of papers down the line. And you see drawings of what is basically a huge frickin' portal gate.
Are you telling me the best way to move goods is instantaneously around the world?
Yes, we simply open a rift in reality and travel the goods through it. Instant trade routes.
Well, if you're going to open rifts in reality, we might as well start early, right?
Yes, my point exactly. The gate can be attuned to many different places. It can be attuned for specific wares and such. There will be wizards working the gate, fueling it with the energies required for it to function. But the gate, when constructed, I suggest constructing it, or it has been suggested constructing it outside of Gaston Hall on a neutral ground. It is, after all, owned by the state at that point. Around it, most likely, we would construct a market town to capitalize on the rare wares and goods the traveling gate would bring to the kingdom.
May I recommend a toll booth?
Of course, taxes for everything.
Because if you're going to travel around the world instantly, I think that requires some, some traveling expenses.
Yes, it is. I am not sure exactly how much money this would bring in. Tiberius, however, has said that he predicts that the trade gate would pay for itself rather quickly. All things considered, it is a rather affordable sum of gold. Only 50,000 needed for construction.
Such a bargain in comparison to the rest of your stuff. So where did this design come from? Did you come up with it yourself, or was it some remnant of the Dragon Library?
It is a construction of me and Tiberius working together.
I thought your things tend to tap into the void, not the world itself.
I might be using a little bit of the void to move around. He sort of motions towards the gate.
I see.
The principles would be very complex to explain.
I have an idea of which way you're handling this. Looks to the diagrams.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of diagrams.
Looks quite depressed at the idea. He knows you're probably routing us through the void.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is what I have come up with after the first few months of using the facilities at the academy. I will continue my efforts, of course. You can expect more projects to be suggested in the near future. He grins.
Well, this should be entertaining at the least.
That clockwork dragon. I think it should be made in my likeness.
Looks up to Telemundus. Considers if that was the case, if Zacharias would need a portrait drawn as a blueprint.
Clockwork dragons are pretty bad business, you know. They are.
Well, pretty good for us, actually.
Yeah.
You know, I like the idea.
DR-15 adamantine, for instance.
Yeah.
Spell resist 27. Pretty good. It has adamantine weapons, breath weapons. It can self-destruct.
How
If we don't need it, we just let it stand in Methrin in like the center square as a statue of Telemundus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we disguise it as a statue of Telemundus, and then whenever we need it, it suddenly animates.
That'd be pretty cool.
It needs winding up every 3 days, but you know.
Oh.
We get someone to invisibly go up behind it and wind it up.
Tyranny is not negotiable.
That's right. It's going to be our Tyranny Prime.
Except I think it'd probably say more like, my horde is not negotiable.
So it's like the puppet in Five Nights at Freddy. If you don't wind it up, it's gonna go and kill you.
No, we don't wind it up. It's going to just be very pissed.
I think it would be the opposite. If you wind it up, it is going to kill you.
There we go. Well, it's not going to kill us because we control it.
But
well, the thing is, if we don't wind it up, though, the next time we do wind it up, he'll be even twice as pissed at us.
Oh,
We make it scream like tormented children's souls.
I hope so.
I mean, if nothing else, I'm sure Zacharias can add some illusion magic to do so.
It's going to sound like Foxy when he attacks. Just screech.
One second. Let me go fetch a video of that. Send to Halldamir.
Oh, I like Melon's idea.
I really want to play that game with Halldamir, but he doesn't want to play it with me.
Make the Clockwork Dragon a suit and put Jarathon in it.
Mecha
Don't
Yarathon.
let him touch the spring.
Oh,
I found a picture of it.
Well, if I found a picture of what?
Clockwork
Look,
Dragon.
you can see the stream chat. Look
of
at that.
Mecha Jarathon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, now my chat's funny.
Yeah, so that is the project Zacharias will suggest for the council to
Well,
to reminisce about.
I like clockworks much better than skeletons and undead stuff.
I
so-
do like the ability. I do like a quicker way to transport around. That's quite.
I think the traveling gate is an excellent idea, personally.
Because the other two are also very, very costly. The travel gate is at least something on which I think we could reasonably afford in a short period of time.
And it will bring in more money for us.
Yes, which money is kind of a thing we like.
And a decent chunk of it as well, if Tiberius is to be believed, at least.
I mean, if I'm working by economics, the amount of money saved by not having to travel on a ship for 2 months should
That's-
probably be able to get us some money.
Has Tiberius ever lied to us? Question mark. I actually don't know.
No.
Well,
Okay,
most of us
that's
haven't
good.
met him.
He, most of you haven't even met him. He's basically Zacharias' contact.
The point is, as someone who studied business, this should in theory make a lot of money.
My contact should sit in the throne. That would fit.
But no, he has Tiberius, as far as I know, has never tricked or betrayed or anything to Zacharias. He's been very forthcoming.
Well, it would be stupid if he did.
He is very powerful, but at this point, we can certainly wreck his shit. If we really need
Even
to.
if he's very powerful, there are 5 very powerful of us.
Yeah, at this point, the power balance is in our favor. But I mean,
There. Sorry, you could complete that, then I'll tell you what it is.
That's a good question.
basically, when at some point Zacharias and he sat down, looked at each other, and he basically yeah, I know you're like a lich and things. And Zacharias well, do we have a problem? And he's no, not really. I think we can work together. And Zacharias is good. Then we don't have a problem. So I don't think Tiberius is actually going to be a problem.
The problem of walking to a person who has true sight running all the time, right?
He has glasses.
Yeah, you can always trust people with glasses.
It's true.
It's because you're wearing glasses that you.
I'm wearing glasses. Yeah.
It's not because I stare in at your window every day that
Also, Jonas, it's not 3 day. It's not 3 days. It's 3 days per hit die.
Oh, okay. That's way
That's
better.
3 months.
Well,
I do like the idea of a Clockwork Dragon.
I like the idea too.
Why
it's a
wouldn't
great-
I?
Oh, by the way,
I mean, I wouldn't say no to a Clockwork Dragon. I'll put it that way.
well, no one would. Unless you just hate metal.
No, it'd be because you hate dragons, right? You'd ask for a Clockwork Turtle instead.
Oh,
I can get a clockwork
A
turtle.
Clockwork Bunyip.
I want a clockwork turtle.
Well, okay. I surrender.
Clockwork
I surrender.
dragon turtle.
Cash will make gold devils in the gold. Well, she can't make gold snow angels, so it's gonna be devils instead. Anyway, remember the Tritons and the Kraken and yeah, they have a city down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just have one thing to say about it. Tips.
You want to live under the sea.
You know, there's
Well, it's
so...
better. Everything's better. Take it from me.
No, not really. You know, there's a lot of stuff I can do with that place. I have many plans for that place. And I'm not saying that the reason I brought up the Kraken was because I wanted you guys to fix the problem for me.
But it's heavy.
I'm not saying that that's why.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm also not saying that it wasn't.
No.
I mean...
And I'm not saying that there are, like, tons of pearls down there, either.
And we could put in the treasury, perhaps, to finance...
I'm not saying that's a good idea.
Uh-huh.
Because
And I'm not saying that I would like to keep them all to myself.
Well...
Well, shall we get a proper council meeting, maybe?
That place is mine. The end. Because I have made so many plans for that place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just stringing you around to make you...
Just saying, part of me wants a pirate ship more if we were to do that, though, because we're like pirating, right?
I would... yeah, we can get a proper council meeting going, I suppose.
If you want to pirate, if you ricochet on the ship, I will not sink your ship. But only if you do that.
But a city filled with pearls and coral and jewels and gold and stuff certainly sounds like a nice price. Because with all of these projects, we certainly need a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, all these fake coins aren't going to do anything for us. So.
No.
But the city is mine.
The crown is nice. I don't know where we stole that from, but we got an extra crown.
I am fine with you living under the sea.
Under the sea. As long as you have an air bubble spell, that may be needed. Or aquatic lungs or something like that.
You guys really don't think big enough, but sure.
Well, it's step 1, right?
No. Step 1 is to get rid of the tridents. And the Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken.
We have to kill that Kraken. It's gonna be so fun.
That's not the word I would use.
I have air bubble.
Yeah, I don't breathe, so that's fine. It can't do much to me.
And I can swim.
You can, yeah, it's great.
How many air bubbles should I prepare?
Good work, Jake.
Oh wait, it's not air bubble. It's
Depends what spell you have. So.
Touch of the sea.
That's a good one.
The sea.
So I should probably prepare some of them. 3 of them. 1 for me, Kyron, and...
It depends on how long we want to stay down there.
But are you sure you're gonna need it? Because black dragons are really good at swimming.
That's what I'm saying, but I couldn't stay in that form for like the entire day. I'm not sure how long this whole thing is going to take, if we are even going to do it, because... Well,
yeah, that's the issue. The problem is we don't know how long. Like, I can protect myself temporarily, but I don't know how long we're going there for.
Well,
do we want to do our council meeting first, maybe?
Sure. I will prepare 1 or 3 Touch of the Sea, just in case. We're gonna do today.
Bring me Mallory.
And... prepare... Monsters Physique 2, because then I can turn into an aquatic monster. Level 4. But sure, let's do it. Let's bring in the minions. Right?
King, someone.
Snap fingers.
Did we like lock the doors in this room or something so they can't come in?
Yeah, I have the...
You want to hold a meeting?
I have the ward running, so...
You might as well let them in, right? It'll be fine.
Maybe we should... No, why would we do that?
I think the trade gate is the next thing we should build, honestly.
Yeah.
Do we have the funds for it? No.
No, we would need to fund it ourselves.
I basically can't help.
Yes,
I
Jake,
would.
Jake is
I
in the
have like
boots.
no money.
I can pay...
I am the boot lord.
I could pay 20,000 gold for it.
For what?
For the trade gate.
The trade gate.
I want money. On the other hand, I want a trade gate.
We have 12,000 in the treasury, and that would be 32,000.
I will.
We would need another 18 to build the gate.
Well, I would be able to put forward. How much are we at?
32.
32.
Yep.
How much do we need?
18 more. We need a total of 50,000.
18,000 more.
Six, six, six.
That's almost all my money.
Well, 6k, 6k, 6k.
I'm going to check how much budget I have.
If the rest of you throw in 6k each, we're golden.
Yeah, I would throw in money, but I have like k.
Yeah, that's why we're saying 6k, 6k,
Yeah.
6k, and ignoring you.
We're gonna get 5,000 from the income this month, so we could.
So
we could add
throw
that.
in 6,000 each.
Because I can afford 6,000. Like my personal funds are becoming a little bit stretched, but I can afford 6k.
6k would do it, yes.
Okay, sure.
Can Kyron afford? That's the question.
I don't know yet. I'm looking. No.
No.
I'm king of the Caribbean. You cannot afford it.
I can afford 3,000 for this project.
Oh, fine. I'll supply the other 3k of his.
As I said, we have 5,000 coming in on the treasury from taxes and stuff. So
That's true.
That's gotta be next month.
That's the end of the month.
oh, not this meeting.
I've already added for month 12.
Okay.
So
Went from 12 to 17.
you want me to remove the 6,000?
We are at 17. Okay.
You're 17 right now.
Okay. Good. Then we need less money. Hang on. Let me take a look at this.
Oh, dear.
About 13.
Alright, so we have 17. I will add 20, which will put it up to 37, which means we need 13,000.
13 between the three of us. Is that what you're saying now?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3k, 5k, 5k.
Yeah, but yeah, that'll work.
So that's 5k from you, Cash.
Okay.
You have a 5k. It's going to be supplied in 2 platinum bars and a bunch of gold bars.
Sure. And I'm gonna
Can imagine Cash just throwing a bunch of rings, but in some of them there are still fingers on.
I found these.
I don't know, because you couldn't get this bullshit off, so you cut the finger off. Here you go.
It's fine.
Gonna
Zacharias.
take 2 months to construct.
Well, it's alright. So, 3,000 from me. That's all I can
Trade
give.
gates are understandably
Money?
long project.
Could you write down where the money comes from in the chat? I haven't overlooked.
Let's see. 17k from the bank, 3k from Kyron. You said 20, Jonas?
Yes.
20k from Jonas. That puts us at 40.
5 from Cash and me.
5k cash, 5k Marcus. No.
No, I
Azurius.
can't.
Azurius. Marcus is poor as a sewer rat.
Yes.
Alright.
Did
Yeah, let
you
me
talk to
see.
them about it?
Let me see if I actually have gotten some money that I didn't remember.
Yeah,
Azurius has
I
poured
just
so
have,
much
like-
money into this goddamn council.
Jake?
Hmm?
Have you talked to any of the sewer rats about your problems?
No, they won't talk to me. I'm too poor.
They sniff at you as they pass you on the street, like.
Yeah.
So,
I only have like 1,000 gold.
So is that what you want to do, or do you want to have a council meeting? Or?
I think that is definitely
Also,
what
didn't we
we
just
should do.
did we just upgrade the Agathium?
Well,
that means we
yeah,
have to
Dario.
we also have wards, right?
The Adarian.
Yeah, we also have wards.
done the wards.
Yeah.
Didn't know if
Yeah,
we did.
and then you have also settled the army in the north. That was what
Okay.
you did at the end of the year.
So, do we still at least want to talk to people and
Let's have
see
a
if they
council.
have
Sure,
anything?
let's call in the council meeting, see what they think.
Did Azurius and Cash get any funny information from the nobles in the masquerade balls thingy?
Not really. People seem to be afraid of the government. That's general sense you get.
No, I think that's the correct sense.
Was the party less fun because Azurius was there?
Mallory chuckled as he.
Oh, don't worry, Azurius can disguise
he has,
himself like better than
he has
anyone else.
designed. Yeah, he likes it very much. It's like he feels home.
Can you move Kyron's chair back again?
Kyron's excited. He's on the edge
He's
of
on
the
the
seat.
edge.
Aw, that's
just-
kind of cute.
Just saying, Tyne. I think no one's going to realize it was Azuris.
60 disguise. Holy
Who's
crap.
this guy? Kill him.
Guy next to me! Oh my god. Never seen him
I mean, he can't be magically hiding himself, so.
What is that chair? I've never seen it before.
Like some sort of Goog.
What?
It's like Cash's stealth though, because when Cash goes stealth, he's like, "Where did she go?"
Blood.
What does the
But what do I
council
have
think?
to roll to
And when I'm
find out?
lying to people, they're like,
Oh.
"Whoa, he's telling the truth."
Council meeting, go.
Where did I go?